Daily Jaffa, #1 for news, #1 for sport, still at its competitive price of 35 pence. Allardyce sacked by West Ham. Board chasing Locke to come in. Sam Allardyce has always shared a love-hate relationship with the Bowland faithful, but it seems that the 2013-14 season was the final straw for both the fans and the board, as the Hammers finished the season in 13th position. The only highlight from the season was 3 victories against bitter rivals Tottenham Hotspur, but it wasn't enough for Big Sam to continue in his role as the West Ham United manager. It is quite clear that David Sullivan and David Gold want to bring back the glory days to the Hammers, and they are prepared to bring in fresh blood to make that dream come true. With the board's ambition being taken into consideration, the shortlist contains some major hitters with such names as Harry Redknapp, David Moyes, Sir Alex Ferguson, Antonio Conte, and the new up-and-coming star within the management world, John Devil Sniper Locke. Having had his football career come to an end by an awful knee injury, Locke set about becoming a manager. His first job saw him take over from Joe Dunn at Colchester United and take the club into the Championship, only to miss out on the Premier League by 1 point. It would appear the West Ham board believe the 28-year-old Locke has the ability and drive to lead his beloved Hammers to glory. The wait is over. It is finally here. FIFA 15 and the career mode you have been waiting for. Well, I hope you've been waiting for it as eagerly as I have been waiting to create it. West Ham United, oh my days, it's here. The database is looking good. What can you expect? Everything. We're going to go absolutely huge on this career mode. All the goodness from the original series on FIFA 13, some of the goodness from FIFA 14 that I tried to introduce is going to be coming to this series. It's going to be a long career mode. We're going to go as long as physically possible. All the way up to FIFA 16 is my absolute wish, my absolute dream to go all the way up to FIFA 16 with this career mode and see how we do. But anyway, that aside, let's have a look at the database, the portfolio that's been provided to me by the club of the players to give me a little bit of an introduction to how the players are looking, what we have to work with, and we'll take it from there. Obviously, tomorrow's episode, we'll go in a little bit more depth and start doing things. But today, we're just going to get ourselves au fait with the players and have a look what we can actually do. So, as you saw, Adrian in goal, statistically looking good. I love the way they've done these portfolios. Obviously, a little bit more upgraded than what I had at Colchester United, but we were only a Championship side, and obviously being a Premier League, you get a little bit more of a budget for the old IT. Anyway, Cole Jenkinson, we got him in on loan, fantastic, really chuffed with that. James Tompkins still in there, tank. I'm going to turn him into an absolute monster. Alongside him, we've got Winnie Reid, the New Zealand team captain, absolute diamond. He is an absolute diamond. Good centre-back. And I'm just so chuffed that we still got both of those lads. Cresswell, who we bought in from Ipswich, good, solid player. I'm looking forward to seeing him grow. I'm looking forward to seeing him progress. I want to get him to the next level within his game. And one of the key signings I personally feel is the loan signing of Song. Now, if it all works out, we could possibly think about actually making it a permanent deal, but it's really too early days to be even thinking about that. It's a long season ahead. We'll just have to work out how it goes. Kare, as you would have seen, is just an absolute tank. You'll remember him from FIFA 13. He was an absolute tank as a centre-back. We did end up selling him to Sunderland, which I deeply regretted. We won't be selling him. He's a good, too much of a good player. Obviously, Mark Noble. What can I say about Mark Noble? The boy's a Cockney genius. He's going to be our creative player. He's going to be our absolute legend. I'm looking so forward to working with Noble. He's a player that I absolutely admire, and it's going to be a privilege to work with the lad. Stuart Downing, he's still looking good. I love his technical side of the game. I just want him to get forward, start scoring some more goals. And at Valencia, we spent a huge amount of money, I should say. The board spent a huge amount of money with Big Sam. Spent a huge amount of money. It's a big risk in my personal opinion, but I think he's going to hit the ground running. I think he's a very good player. I've seen a little bit of him in training, and he has impressed me a lot. He's got very good abilities. Zarate is another one. I followed him as a fan, which is fantastic. A player who I feel is going to be absolutely important to us. He can play on the left-hand side. He can play just behind the strikers. He can play up top. So he's going to be utilised in so many different positions. It's going to be fantastic. Demille, solid right back, very good right back. He's going to be battling with Jenkins. It's going to be interesting to see how those two battle it out. We've got James Collins, still a good centre back, lost a bit of pace, but he's been there, he's done it. Great depth that we have. Ravel Morrison, need to sit the lad down, have a chat with him, get his head straight, get him into the West Ham mindset, and keep him at the club. That's the most important thing, is keeping him at the club. Sacco, Again, looks really, really good. You know, I wasn't too sure when I saw Big Sam made an investment in him. You know, he came out of League 2 or League 2 from France, and I wasn't too sure about it. But you know, I've seen him in training. I've seen him, you know, on a couple of pre-season games, etc. And yeah, he looks okay. You know, he looks not too bad. AC, Big Andy Carroll, constantly injured. Well, I've got my own medical staff. They'll be coming into the club. Hopefully, we'll be able to keep the big AC 100% clear of injuries. Morgan, right midfield, going to be battling with Stewart. Going to be interesting to see how those two come out. You know, I'm all about form. I'm all about a player that gives me 100%. Joey O'Brien, got him as a left back, can play him as a right back as well. Good player, good solid player. Looking to see him progress as well and force his way into the team. You know, give Cresswell a few issues. You know, I want the boys to be competitive and I want to be able to put out the best team every single week. We've got Vasta, you know, he's very, very versatile. Play him as centre forward, play him right midfield, play him left midfield, play him up top. I'm expecting a lot from him. Obviously, Nolan. All the fans love and adore Nolan. You know, he's a good player. One of Sam's personal favourite players, which I'm not one for favourites, so we'll have to see how that all settles down. Carlton Cole, fantastic player. We've got good depth within this side, is what I love the most, is the depth that we have. Jurski Laskalainen is a fantastic keeper. You know, hopefully he won't retire at the end of the season. We can keep him on because you can't replace that sort of class. Lewis Page, young lad, might be sending him out on loan. Not 100% sure yet. I know I've got O'Brien, I've got Cresswell. We'll have to see how that pans out. I need to see the boys in training, get some training action in, see how the boys are doing in training, how sharp they're looking. Diego Poyet, I'm looking for him to make a breakthrough into the team. I want him to be battling hard with Songy and, of course, with Kiarte. You know, I want him to be pushing them for a place in the side. And, you know, looking at our actual young players, we've got great depth. Chambers, Elliott, Turgut, Potsy, McCallum, Lezz. You know, these boys will be going out on loan. Not all of them, some of them will, because I want to keep a few back and start getting them into the first team. Maiga, I'm a bit 50-50. He might be going out, probably say the January or summer, you know, might be getting rid of him. George Moncur has actually gone to Colchester United. That was part of the deal when I signed to become the West Ham managers, that I sent George Moncur to Colchester, because we were lacking in that position. And to be fair, it was a player that we were actually looking at bringing into to Colchester before, you know, everything went amazingly for me and I signed as the West Ham United manager. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the friendlies, the stuff that we don't really like. We don't have enough control over these friendlies. So we're going to get all the friendlies out of the way, all 3 games. We're going to have 1 transfer request come in. We're going to end the episode there. And tomorrow we will have episode number 2. So hopefully you are as hyped as I am, because I tell you, I'm really trying to keep my excitement on the low. I'm trying to box it in, keep myself calm, because I can't wait to get my teeth into this career mode. I can't wait to have all the goodness that is going to come. I can't wait to see the comments when you see all the add-ons. Hopefully you're going to love it. I'm pretty confident it's going to be a very interesting career mode. But we will be taking a risk from the offset. Straight away, from the bat, from the get-go, we're going to be taking a risk. You will see that in episode number 2, the risk that we will be taking. Don't panic. It's not going to ruin a career mode. It's nothing stupid. It's all going to be gravy, baby. It's all going to be gravy. As you can see, Winnie Reid is the first player that is approached. Winston Reid. No, I'm sorry. Hanover 96. It ain't going to happen. You're not taking away one of our quality and best players. So on your bike, pedal off, and I'll catch you tomorrow.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow